Hi there, it's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Thank you so much for joining me today for our morning Facebook Live, which is turning into our lunchtime Facebook Live. But regardless, I'm glad that you're here. Today I have a really cute project to show you that the star of the show is actually a punch. This is the Delightful Tag Topper Punch, and that's what we're going to be, that is the star of the show. That's what our project is going to be all about today. So I want to get started. Let me just check and make sure that I'm in my right place. This new Facebook Live, or this new Facebook, is really driving me crazy, but I'm doing what I can with it. So let's see. I'm going to just try to share this to my, oh boy, I just want to share it to a group. Okay, so I'm sharing it to my VIC group. And let's see. So the VIC group is my customer group. Or not. It could be just my friends and my customer group. So we just do a few, we do a freebie Friday every week, and I give away a prize patrol just for posting whatever it is that you're working on. So it's just a fun place to share and inspire each other. So I'll put the link down there for you if anyone does want to pop over and join our group. Okay, so it looks like I'm in the right place and I'm right side up. So before we start, let me tell you that last week's, hi Nancy, last week's Facebook Live was shared by a few people. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I pulled Lisa Johnson. So Lisa, you are going to get the Four Seasons Floral stamp set. But I don't have your address, so I do need you to send that to me, or PM me the address so that I can send this to you right away. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. And it's also important to type in that you shared it in the comment section, because sometimes I don't know who it is that shared. It tells me, you know, how many people shared, but it doesn't, if you're not on my page, it doesn't show up. So if you could just do that for me, I will be able to get that out to you later in the week. Today's prize patrol is, a bundle. It's the In the Pines bundle, which is beautiful. It has a Thinking of You and a Season's Greeting. It's a little too glary, but it's a beautiful set with beautiful trees and the die cuts. And that's what we're going to be working on today too. So you'll see it in action. But if you share my video either here or on Facebook, hi Vicki, then I will be able to, I'll pull a name for next week and we'll get this out to you. It's a great set. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. It could be all year. So I love trees. Don't we all love trees? Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show you, like I said before, this is the showstopper today. We're going to be using this punch. So let me put you down, and you know, I don't have anything fancy to do that. So just close your eyes, and thanks, Joyce. And I'm going to flip you down, and then we're going to get started. Okay, just hold 1 second. All right, let's see. Okay, and I can just give a little, make sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be. Okay, if you can see this, okay. All right, close enough. Let me just give you a little bit more down on my desk. Okay. All right, so let's get busy. This is the card. I'm going to make sure that you can see it. There's this silly delay, so I can't really see what's happening unless I'm looking at my computer, which I don't want to do. So let me move this over here. Okay, so this is the card that we're making, and what makes it sort of a fancy fold is this cute little way that it opens and closes. And this is how we got the punch. This is how we got this to open and close, just by using this punch here. And then I stamped, and we're going to do the same thing, so I'll show you how we got it done. But it's pretty simple for a fancy fold. So, and it would be really special for somebody to receive that. So just a few things to remember. There's just a little bit of measuring to get it started before we start stamping. And first, before I use that, I'm using my, you could use your grid paper, or I'm using my grid mat here. And only because you want to make sure that it's super straight, and because you're going to make a measurement, and it's just one quick measurement, but you want to make sure that it's aligned up both ways, vertical and horizontal. So actually I'm going to move it up here so you can see it better. So I'm just lining it up with my grids, making sure that I'm in there, and I want to make a mark at the 1 inch line, just a little mark. And you could always, I use a pencil because I always would erase it later if it's still showing. Okay, so we're going to take that and we're going to flip it over. And I should say, I want to give credit to a fellow demonstrator, Lisa Curcio, I believe is how you say her name. And I saw her do this, and I liked it. I changed it up a little bit, and I have a few tips for you to make it a little bit easier. So again, I'm going on my 1 inch line, and I'm just going to make this little tab here. Okay, that's it for that measurement. Now we're going to bring in our punch. This is the delightful Tad Topper punch. And what I want to do is, and the reason I'm lining this up, excuse me, with this pencil mark, is I'm going to line it up. Now this only works, basically, it's made for a 2 inch spread for the tag. Excuse me. But I'm talking too fast, I have to slow down. So what I'm going to do is take my little pencil mark here, and I'm going to place that right in line with the barrel here. Hope you can see that. Okay, so you can't see it, but I can see it because it's tucked under exactly in line with that. Okay, so make sure it's straight, and then make sure you have it in line there, and you're just going to give it a good punch. Okay, so you have that. Now you flip it over, and you're going to do that on the exact same thing on the flip side. So I'm going to make sure that it's right in there, line it up, and push back, because this is a pretty heavy punch, so you need all your weight, but just make sure that it's straight on the end. And I'm going to move this over just a smidge so I don't see it. Okay, that's it. Now, what we want to do is first, before we start to trim anything, is we want to score this at 3 3/8 after you've done this punching. Now this was just I'll have these measurements below, but this is just a regular half sheet of paper, 8.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to score it at 3 3/8. So this is how I do it for people that have trouble with the eighths. I always just count it out. So it's 1/8, 3/8. That's it. 3 3/8. Okay. Now, don't cut it, Lori. So you're just going to score it there. All right. Now, I still want to use my trimmer. And this trimmer comes in very handy for this. I mean, I love it anyway because of the scoring and the blade. So in this case, it's just so much easier because I am doing both on the same project. So what I want to do here is take it to what I want to make the line. Now this is the cutting line. This is where the blade is going to come through. And if it's easier for you to do the bottom, sometimes it is. But my suggestion is keep it in place in order, and you're going to be making both of your cuts. So I want my blade down here now. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the blade and I'm trying to go as close to this, to the tag topper part as possible to make it as straight as I can. So I just want the blade to kind of touch it. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of that. And you'll feel it when you can almost hear it where you're just, you know where to stop. Okay, so now I'm going to take, the blade. I found that it's easier not to use not to move this and flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And then I kind of felt it like pinch a little bit, then I know I'm where I want to be. So that's pretty good. Now, let me try it on here, on this side, because I tried this a few times, and sometimes it wasn't like exactly perfectly straight. So, and it kind of messes up the layers at that point. So you want to make it straight. So I'll give you a little tip of how to make sure. If this doesn't work perfectly for you, I have a little tip for you. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, and I feel it like it gives a little right at the end there. And now I'm going to bring it down here without moving it and go back up. Okay, so now I want to make sure that this is straight. So, yeah, this is pretty straight. So, but if my first couple of tries, this line here was not straight. So really all you have to do is just put it back in the track, and then just I would make a pencil mark here, and just, you know, make the pencil mark, and then you have a so the pencil mark, you know, is going to go from top to bottom, and then you know where to trim it off after that point. Okay, so one more thing that we'll need this for. We're going to turn this over. I'm going to go this way. Okay, now we know this is the edge that's going to come over this way. So what I want to do here is just score this so it's a nice crisp line. So I don't want to cut it. So I'm just going to score this. And this, my thing is out of the track. This will just give it a little bit of help when we want to move it over. And there we go. That is the basis of our tag topper card. All right, so let's do some layering. Stamping and layering. What I'm going to do first, now I'll have the measurements. This is going to go right inside here, okay? And I always do that when it's cardstock as my base. So, and this one is going to go on top here. Now we're going to do a little die cutting. We're going to take out the, this is from the Pine Woods dies, and they have both a combination of the regular actual die cutting, and then also, like for instance this is the one we're going to use. You can see that there's no cutting edge to the actual edge of the dies. So this is not going to cut out a complete die cut. It's as opposed to where you can see where this one actually will cut out your stamped image. Okay, so but before I cut this, just in case, I always want to make sure that I have my stamping done first, so that if I messed up on the stamping, then I didn't mess up on the die cutting also, or wasted it in that case. So let's see. Okay, hi Christine. Hi ladies, I'm so glad that you joined me today. All right, so I'm just going to do this up front, and we'll take this and we're gonna do this here to stamp this. This is just Smoky Slate, which I love, with the Seaside Spray. And I'm going to keep this out. I'm going to use my, so this is good. That didn't get messed up. We're going to send that through the cut and emboss machine. But first let's do the other stamping that we wanted to do. And this is two-step stamping, so I do want to use my Stamparatus for this. And I do have my plates all set up, and we can just work from there. Okay, so this is, since it's two-step stamping, and you can see that I wanted the inside of these trees to be stamped off instead of just, you know, total full strength on both of them. So that's why I have this little piece of scrap here. So that's what I'm going to use for my the second stamp part of it. All right, so this is going to go in here, and this for the outline I do want full strength. Put this in here so I have some stability. That always works out better. And okay, there we go. Just give this a good press because I want this to be a lot darker. Okay, perfect. All right, let me wipe that off so I don't get my hand in it. So we'll just give a little bit of a chamois rub, and that's done. All right, now this is the one I want to use. I want to stamp off of it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put my little piece of scrap there, do the same thing, and put it on my scrap first. Easy. I'm not going to press too hard on that, and then give it a good push when I'm ready to come back this way. Perfect. Okay, so you have a little scrap. You could actually do something with that later. We hate throwing things like that out. All right, so this is all done. We're done with our stamping. Very little stamping. Because, like I said, it's the tag topper that is the star today. Okay, so let's get out the cut and emboss machine. And loving this. It is nice and compact. It can sit right up on my desk, and I can always remember 1, 2, 3. And sometimes I get a little confused with when I'm embossing and not actually die cutting, but you can see right here it tells you what to do in that case. So it's for embossing or for die cutting. So it's pretty simple and pretty laid out for us. All right, so I'm going to take this. If you guys have any questions along the way, I'm trying to check, so feel free to ask. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and put that down there pretty good. Oh, actually, I just got my new magnetic plate in the mail, in my delivery yesterday, and I forgot to pull it out. But this looks pretty good. It looks like it's nice and light, nice and steady. They're not bouncing up off, which I have noticed. It hasn't been bad at all with these, with the new machine. So we're just going to send this through, and oh, I need my muscles for this, which apparently I don't have very many of. Okay. I think mine is a little tight. I think I'm going to have to, I don't know, have my hubby look at it and maybe do a little, I don't know, whatever he does, oil change or add some oil to it. Okay, so that's fine. And there we go with that. Get those out of the way. All right, so now we have our base made. Let's do our inside layer. See how simple this is coming together. It's the only thing you have to remember is just that one little 1-inch thing to make your mark. And it took me 2 times to get it together. Like I said, I couldn't get it straight no matter what I did. So then I came up with that little idea to just put a little pencil mark, and then you're good to go. So this is okay. This is where I figured out that my measurements were wrong, because I could see that my layer piece was not sitting well right in there. Okay, so that's done. I'm not going to use dimensionals. I'm just going to adhere this with my Stampin' seal. And because it's already going to be, I'm already using the dimensionals for the big tree die cut. I'm a little off here, as you can see, but you get the idea. It still looks pretty. Okay, now this baby is going to go right on top here. First, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of sparkle on my trees. Just have a little bit of snowflake glitter maybe. Although this is a thinking of you card, it doesn't have to be a holiday card. Like I said, with the, you know, it has those two sentiments, and with the trees, I mean, we just use trees all day long. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my foam, which I love, adhesive foam strips. Now I think with this one, what I did was I used the strips. Here, this is the adhesive foam pad. And if you have the strips at home, or if you just have your leftovers from your, you know, your border pieces from the DSP, from the dimensionals, I would definitely just cut those and use those. I always use those. I never put those to waste. So, but for today, I'm just going to cut out a little bit of, that's the great thing about this. You can make it whatever shape you want on both sides here. And you can't see it, so either way, it's just, to me, it's faster to do it this way. All right, so this one I did the wrong angle, so I'm going to do that there, and I can just cut this guy. And I believe you get 4 or 5 sheets in the package, so this might be too big. 4 or 5 sheets of these, of the whole panel, so that's great to have. And then this guy fits right there. Okay, so let's get rid of the liner, top liner, and we are good to go here. See, it looks fancy. It looks like it took a lot of work, but it really didn't. And it's the impact it makes when you send it to somebody, that they're going to think that you really went to town for them. Okay, so that's about it. We're going to take a little bit of our metallic Seaside Spray metallic ribbon, and I'm just going to feed it through here and make a bow. Oh, come on, fingers. Oh boy. I wasted a lot here, but okay, it's all right. And then I would just trim off the edge. And it is going to have a little bit of bulk to it, so remember that if you are mailing a card like this. But these are so special that I like to, these would be hand delivered to somebody, or part of a gift box or something like that. Okay, look. Ta-da! All right, so the only thing I finished it off with was a few, first I had some, these are the elegant faceted dots here, and I love those. I keep going through them. I keep needing more. But then I thought, I wanted a little bit of color popped on there too. So I added both, and that's what I'll do here. And these faceted dots come in clear, which is what I have here, or sort of like a white tint to it. So you get both. And then you get this middle one, which is more like a petal pink, but it just picks up, you know, it really picks up beautiful colors all over. So, okay, so then let me just take a little bit of my, now this is the, maybe I'll put a little bit here. These are the 2019-2021 in colors. That's what Seaside Spray was part of. So these were the in color faceted dots for that. And since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, you know I have to put another one on there because that would make me crazy. It has to be an odd number. So let's see, where shall we put that? I think right there is perfect. Okay, what do you think? Like it? Thanks, Kim. Okay, so that is our super quick project for today. Just remember to, if you share it, I'll pick a name for next week's live. It'll be Wednesday sometime. I try to make it in the morning, but things kind of got away with me today. So, but I'll definitely be back next Wednesday. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me put you back up again. So close your eyes. How's that? Better? Okay, I think I can see you. You guys can see me now. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. If you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up or go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, and that helps me continue to get these videos out for you each day, each week, not each day. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. If you have any questions, you can put them here on the comments or email me, PM me, whatever. So thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.